You've probably thought about hiring a digital marketing agency for your startup, or maybe you already have one. Working with an agency can be a smart move, especially if you don't have a dedicated marketing team yet. A good agency can save you time, bring in expert skills, and help you scale fast. But here's the thing most people don't talk about. Choosing the right agency is just as important as choosing your co-founder or picking your core product strategy. I would even say it's one of the most decisive choices you make because it can quite literally make or break your startup. While great agencies still exist, ever since the planet went more online, new agencies have been popping up everywhere, and the reality behind many of them isn't as beautiful as their website make it look. Many agencies and the agents working for them are overloaded, handling dozens of clients at once, and often with tight budgets and conflicting needs. Not all agencies will suit startups, and not many will take the time to truly understand how your customer thinks. The best strategies aren't just based on trends or general templates. They should be built around how your specific customers actually make decisions. And if an agency isn't willing to look deeper into the psychology behind your audience, they will likely push generic approaches that completely miss the mark. I know this very well because I've worked with many agencies throughout my years in marketing, and some years ago I worked inside one of these bad agencies. So I was an account manager for 6 completely different companies, and my day looked like this. Switching from edtech to skincare to fintech to a pop firm to a food delivery startup to a language learning app. You know, just trying to keep everyone happy with one-size-fits-all strategies while always chasing new clients. Then we would have meetings with the bosses about like how unhappy some of the customers were, you know, because the ads weren't performing, and what a surprise, you know, and we would just talk about how to replace these clients instead of satisfying them. So at the same time, you won't believe how many clients didn't even realize we were doing a bad job. These were usually very busy founders with little knowledge or interest in marketing. So they just wanted marketing happening. So this was great, you know, for the agency, since the contracts just kept going for months and months, even when we were not performing. So to be honest, we were just a bunch of stressed marketing agents trying to please companies we barely knew. Before starting work on a new client strategy, we would just look at superficial briefing and immediately recommend whatever was most convenient for us. Repetitive posts on social media, basic ad formats, nothing truly tailored. None of us were specialists in any of the industries we were managing, and the last thing we thought about was like consumer behavior, marketing psychology, or anything deeper than surface level execution, and usually using AI. Needless to say, I quit after a while, but honestly, it was like a great way to learn how not to run marketing for small businesses. So yes, that's not what you want as a startup. So what to really look for? Well, before I give you the answer, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. That way you will keep adding real value to your marketing strategy every week. You want an agency that listens to you and above all, understands the brain and behaviors of your customers before building your strategy. You want someone with at least intermediate knowledge of your field. So you don't want an agent whose passion is gambling companies managing your wellness app, you know, someone who knows nothing about your industry. But you also don't want an agency that's too hyper-specialized in your niche either, because here's the catch, like if they work with all your competitors, chances are they will just apply the same rinse and repeat strategy to your brand too. So start by paying attention to how much genuine interest they show in your customers. Do they ask real questions about how your audience thinks and behaves? Do they seem curious about what drives your customers' decisions, or do they go straight into quoting ad budgets and timelines? So ask yourself, do they really try to understand your unique value proposition? Are they talking about building emotional connection, not just traffic? Then go beyond the pitch deck. Don't just ask for case studies. Ask them for actual client names, look them up, go to their social media pages. Was there a clear content strategy or just random posts? Do the visuals look like real branding or stock templates? Was there a blog? If yes, did it have consistency, relevance, SEO strategy? If they run ads, ask how they approached them. Were they creative, strategic, adapt to your client, or just standard Google Ads campaigns, with keywords and nothing else, just maybe even generated by AI? And here's a big one. Do they understand the full picture of paid media? Can they talk to you about native ads, sponsored posts, UGC content, influencer collaborations, not just the basics? So you want someone who understands how different type of medias impact attention, memory, and trust. So now let's talk neuromarketing. Do the potential agency understand branding from a neuromarketing point of view? Because the best strategy is tap into how the brain works. So do they know how to create urgency so people feel like they need to act now, not later? Are they using social proof in a meaningful way, showing that others already trust your brand instead of just adding testimonials on a landing page? Do they know how to build scarcity without sounding fake, like making something feel exclusive in a way that actually works? Do they understand reciprocity, so offering value upfront so your audience feels a real connection to your brand? Are they using familiarity, repeating your message in a way that reinforces it without being boring? And the big one, are they focused on creating emotional engagement, or are they just hoping a discount code will do the job? So that's the kind of thinking you want behind your strategy, because at the end of the day, marketing isn't about visibility, it's about how people feel, decide, and remember your brand. And finally, just make sure you check the basics that often get overlooked. Ask about the contract. Is it flexible? Can you leave if things aren't working? Or are you tied into something long-term, before you even see results? Find out how many clients each account manager is handling. If they are drowning in work, they won't have the time or headspace to really focus on your brand. So no matter how good, their pitch was. And honestly, the best sign you found the right agency is how curious they are. Curious about your product, your audience, your brand story. So they should be asking smart questions, not selling you a service before they even understand what you actually need. If they've got that, plus the strategy, structure, and psychological insight, to back it up, then you are on the right track. And hey, if you want to better understand what really makes people buy and how to use neuromarketing to grow your startup smarter, watch the next video. It's full of real actionable ideas you can use right away. And don't forget to subscribe. I share this kind of stuff every week.